everybody at YouTube, this is Legend Bound here, and I'm coming to bring you guys some tips on how to improve your frames per second in all games. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're just going to pop onto the internet browser. We are going to go to www.razerzone.com. That will be in the description if you guys just want to click on the link in there. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to go to Products. We are going to click on Software, and we are going to click on Cortex. Now, I already have this program installed, but go ahead and run through the process. You're just going to click on Download Now. When that download finishes, you will install the program. It is super easy and simple. There's a game booster. It improves FPS a lot. It can save games. You can share moments by taking pictures and short clips from your videos. And there's a game launcher where you launch the games from to boost them. And it also shows a lot of game deals. So we're just gonna pop over here into Razer Cortex. You guys will have this program installed, and then just double click to open it. Alright guys, so we're just gonna log on. Now for you, you'll have to go ahead and create an account with Razer, and then you can just sign in, and then it'll show up right here. That is all good. Okay, now it automatically searches for your games, but if you don't see anything here, there, you can just click on this plus button right here, and you can search. Now this is stuff that doesn't think are games, but are applications that could possibly be games. Now you can see how it's pulling up all these different applications, but if you just want to find the program individually, if I go over here, I can find Guild Wars 2. You'll want to find the exe for the application, so you want to find it there if it's just not showing up, and then you can go ahead and add it. Now right here, this is the deals area. It will show you all the games that have an up and coming deal right now. These could be on Steam or any other online store. You can search for the games you're looking for. You can go to all games. You can check what type of game. You get action, adventure, FPS, and you can also check out a wish list. You can add them from right here. So if I want Titanfall, then I could add this game to the wish list if I click on right here. Alright, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the boost. Alright, I'm going to run you guys quickly through the process. We can check over here to the left. We have the manual boost. Now, if you don't want it to automatically boost, say you're recording or whatnot, you can't have it automatically boost because it could end up canceling your recording software. You'll have to make sure that it doesn't happen. I'm going to go ahead and extend this window just to make it a little bit simpler. Alright, so right now I have automatic boost on. You can switch it on and off, really simple. Control-Alt-B to boost, and Control-Alt-R to revert back to normal mode. Now the R is for revert. And then exit gaming desktop is Alt F12, but gaming desktop, there'll be this little icon that pops up right here. You can just click on it to close it. So it'll be really quick and simple, but if you can't do that, then you can use Alt F12. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to check all these other processes. I'm just going to do a quick overview right here. Now most of this stuff is pretty useless. We can just scan through. We have Google Chrome, NVIDIA GeForce Experience, and that's another software that I can use to boost games if you have a NVIDIA graphics card. Now, you can see right here, this is action. Now, that's what I'm using to record this video right now. See how I have this unchecked. Now, the biggest thing right here is action.exe, but these two obviously are paired with the program because they also have action in them. So, I do not want to close this stuff when I boost. Otherwise, it will close the recording software. Now, the recording software could have an issue with gaming desktop or closing closing Explorer, so you may not want to do that. I will show you guys what that is in a moment. So we're just going to leave this unchecked. Google Chrome, you can check all of the stuff, no problem. Alright, now if we switch over here to services, you can see now I'm on custom, recommended, it just depends. Now you can just close all this stuff. There is nothing important to your computer to do. It is just flat out stuff that you don't need to run while you're playing your games. Non-Windows services. Alright, so this will be all the programs that you have installed that are doing stuff, whatnot. NVIDIA GeForce, Experience service, don't need that. Pretty much all this stuff. All of this stuff you don't need to have running. So that's all good. And others is the really important category. Now you can see launch on gaming desktop. Provide maximum processing power for gameplay without interruption. That is what I'm talking about when we go over here to the left where it says Alt F12, you can use that to exit the game desktop. Now, clear RAM, that's just a standard thing. You can search that up. Clearing RAM basically frees up some memory for the game to run at a higher power. Clear clipboard, unused clipboard, that means, like Control C to copy text, and then Control V to paste it, it'll clear that out. Enable gaming power solutions, change your power settings to high performance. So like right here, if your power settings were on balanced, then it would go ahead and change it over to high performance for that right there while you're playing the game, and then when you revert, it'll switch it back to whatever you have. So if you're on like power saver, it will do whatever. It just sets up Razer Cortex power plan. Alright, then we have Explorer.exe, increase physical memory and resources. That will completely close everything down. You will okay, so if we just move this program out of the way for a moment, we can see over here, you won't see any of this. This will all be gone. There will be no toolbar or anything. So it'll just all disappear and you will only see the game. Now, it's not that you can't access those programs. It's like, so I couldn't double click on my computer. I couldn't get to my computer. But if you were opening a game and there was a link to a website, you could click on that link and it would open up Google Chrome. Now, if we just go back in here, so Explorer.exe, I suggest that you look into Explorer.exe for further, if you need further information. I would not recommend doing that. Gaming Desktop does essentially the same thing without closing anything down that could be harmful to your computer. I personally know how to use it, so I'm perfectly comfortable, but this is completely optional. Right here, turn off automatic updates. That's just a pretty obvious. It just prevents like a Windows update thing from popping up and closing your game window. It's pretty straightforward. Alright, that's all that happens with the closing processes. But if we over here, we can diagnose, it just generates a report. There's really no use for this, but right over here, we can go to the tweak section. Now, right here, we can see that I have some stuff that the Razer Cortex can boost, or that can fix. So the side taskbar button, this is mostly animations that it will take out. Like, so I really like when so if I put this over here again, see when I click and drag how we have this blue, the blue highlight? I really like that. So right over here where it says animate translucent selection triangle or rectangle, that would basically make it where it's just a bunch of dots instead of that. And to be honest, that really does not matter. It's just a bunch of stuff like animating programs opening and closing like that. It just opened up immediately instead of having the whole animation thing. But the hung applications, that is a regular thing. But these other things, I could uncheck this, and I'll go ahead and click on optimize. Why not? And then it'll say restart your system for changes to take effect. Straight and simple. Now, if you need to restore back to whatever you had before, you could undo Razer Cortex Tease and restore to Windows default, operation import export, standard stuff. Right over here we have defrag. Now, defragging is a good way to boost games. Now, it basically organizes the game files in a way that it's easiest for your computer to read. So if I were to start defragging League of Legends, I could push a little bit more frames per second out of the game. Now, this can take quite a while, and it'll say fragmented files fixed and whatnot at the end. I'm not going to do that because that takes quite a little while. You can see time lapse, time start. This is what it'll look like. It'll show you the fragmented file before and fragmented files after. League of Legends is pretty good about this, but games like StarCraft 2 have quite a number that can be rearranged effectively. It's a really good thing to do. Other thing, drivers. It will check for major drivers. I have never found any driver updates, but I'm sure they're out there. I'm not so sure about this part of the program. Doesn't really do a whole lot for you. FPS counter, just a standard thing. I like it off. I don't like it, to show you that. And then lastly over here, screenshot toggle. You can just press this key or whatever to take a screenshot, save location, and picture type. And then video capture right here. It just captures a 10 to 15 second clip. Nothing for like screen recording like I'm doing now, or game recording like I do. Now that has been Razer Cortex and showing you how to boost your gaming FPS to the max. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and peace out.